BDCPS run play schemes for young people with disabilities. We run those in each of the school holidays. This kind of May, June half term fell into where the Queen's Jubilee celebrations are all happening, so we thought it was really, really important that the young people who come along to play schemes could be part of those celebrations, that they're included and they get their chance to celebrate alongside the rest of the nation, the other communities, their local community.
I'm Karen. I've got a daughter, Lois, who's 14, who has severe spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy and a whole host of other issues. We find that the people we know are really accepting of Lois and us as a family, and people want to include Lois. You know, we try to include Lois in everything. Where it becomes difficult is because Lois is very physically disabled. We find as many solutions as we can, but sometimes there are situations where there just is no solution and we have to admit defeat.
My daughter is Ivy, she's 13 and she's been coming to BDCPS since she was 2, I think. I have to pre-plan everything I do, wherever I go. And generally, if I'm going somewhere that I've not been before, I probably go there before without Ivy and check it, make sure that I can do it. I tend to push the boundaries, so I'm probably braver than most, I would say, but it's a scary place. The world with Ivy is a scary place. And the Jubilee's a good example of that because everybody's having these fun things and doing loads of fun stuff, and I guess the world would be happy for Ivy just to wave a flag quietly in the corner, whereas what BDCPS try and do is make that much more inclusive. And so you don't have to hide.
The concept of a Jubilee and celebrating 70 years, that's quite an abstract concept. So we decided to go down more of the route of kings and queens. Our whole story is all about inviting BDCPS and each and every single one of our young people to the palace to celebrate the Jubilee with the Queen.
Families often feel quite isolated because they can't access things that are going on. So this is somewhere that they can come and do that and share in those experiences so that they have something that they can kind of remember as being part of their Jubilee celebration.
So for us, it's very much about making those small, reasonable adjustments. And I think people think that they have to spend huge amounts of money to change things and, you know, redesign buildings and activities and services. And quite often that is not the case.
It's thinking about both the wider picture and the smaller details. So is there different things from a sensory point of view? So if you could literally strip it back to the 5 senses, in our celebration, what have we got that is, you know, that is appealing, if you like, to or engaging to each of those 5 senses? Something really simple is to add some essential oils into bubble mixture or water sprays, and perhaps there's a moment where we're going to have lots of bubbles and things and they smell like it's something so small in that respect can be really engaging to some people who might find the other things not engaging.
BDCPS adapt activities. They don't provide activities that neurotypical people wouldn't partake in. So BDCPS really kind of flip it on its head and go, right, what would these children be doing if they weren't disabled? How can we provide that in a way that's safe and accessible for them?
And actually the way that we've adapted the dance is, so we're dancing with the pom-poms. And so those that have got the mobility in their arms to move the pom-poms can and do, but those that don't, all of the moves and the actions in the dance are things that can happen to them, so they can feel. So like the chorus, for example, is shaking the pom-pom up onto our head. So somebody that couldn't move the pom-pom in that way could have somebody do it to their body so they can feel that sensation. And then in the same way, the shakes are choreographed so they can hear the shakes coming down next to their ears.
Yeah, everything's adaptable. I mean, we do, Ivy and I, we do skiing, we do bike riding, we go swimming. With all these things, a lot of my confidence in doing stuff like that is bore out from BDCPS, because they showed me the way 13, 12, 11 years ago, let's say. You know, I didn't know what I was, just a normal person, and now I'm a normal person with a very special kid that needs a lot of support. And through BDCPS, they give you that strength, courage, and also they kind of show you the way. So they create this stuff, and then you go, actually, well, if they can do it, well, why can't we?
BDCPS hope that anyone watching this will see the amount of fun and enjoyment these young people have by being included and participating in activities. We'd hope that anyone who sees this and wants to take those steps, wants to be more inclusive and is not really sure kind of quite what to do, we're open to kind of conversations and working with people to try and support that inclusion, so that these young people and their families and others out there can be included within our communities.